Hey everyone, I'm back, and this is the fourth game analysis. As you can see, the board is different. I'm using a chess.com board now, and we have another commentator with us today.
Hey guys.
So, MaartenSmit.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have this game was submitted by chessblood. He was playing black. So
What was his rating?
his rating,
Yeah,
um,
maybe good to know.
I don't know his rating. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But
I
I,
can
I
I can
think
look it up.
I think he was rated around 1100 to 1200 in that range.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is a game he submitted. He wanted analysis. Are you looking up his rating?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Let's see. Live chess blitz 921, bullet 804, standard 979.
Okay. So in
So
that range, a
not
little
big
lower than I
difference a
thought.
lot.
Okay. So that's a good level for a game, so hopefully this will be instructive for him.
Okay.
All right, so you ready to get started, Martin?
I am.
All right. So we have e4, e5, queen h5.
Okay, so that's the farm attack again.
Yeah, though my first video covered the Parham attack, the mainly advocated by Bernard Parham, um, but it's more considered a beginner's opening,
Yeah,
activating the queen.
I don't think it's really good because the queen is really misplaced on h5.
Yeah,
Black can easily take advantage of that early on.
yeah, and oftentimes the queen will get kicked back here to f3, which is even
Yeah,
worse because
yeah,
now you have this knight.
exactly. Oh,
So, knight c6, the normal
that's
reply,
yeah,
avoiding the all the traps. Okay, he's trying to checkmate here on
that's
f7.
I think now g6, right?
Yes,
Like three
g6 was
knights
played.
plus knight f6. Oh,
Okay,
f6.
this is a new
Yeah,
move. I haven't seen this before.
yeah, I don't like it first glance because the whole problem with white's opening is that the white queen is so misplaced. If you exchange it, you kind of throw away the opportunity to take more advantage of that.
Yeah, the only thing about the exchange that I like is that even in the final position we have after takes takes, which is that was played in the game, you see black's development. Black is ahead in development.
Yeah, that's true because the queen lost the tempo with h5 and f3.
Yeah, but I agree completely with what you said. The queen, um, you want to take advantage of the queen being misplaced, and making an exchange immediately doesn't really do much.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so,
So
oh, sorry, went backwards. All right, d3, development, right?
I probably would have gone for something like knight c3 instead. Doesn't really matter. I just think you probably want to play for d4, then d3 is another loss of tempo, but I don't think it really matters that much.
Yeah, that's one of the d4 pawn break is one of my favorite thematic
Yeah, but
ideas.
I mean, white can also play for f4 here. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah, yeah, f4. trying to exchange the center pawn and develop the bishop at the same time. Okay, so this is
Yeah,
just,
going for the fork on c2. There's not really much more.
yeah, he's threatening the fork. I think black really needs to work on his development.
Yeah, something like d6 would have been a lot better. Or bishop c5 first.
Yeah, I would have played bishop c5 in this position.
I don't like the bishop on g7 actually.
Yeah,
If you've
it's
played
blocked by the
g6,
e
it
pawn.
seems logical to put the bishop there, but the pawn is fixed on e5. The diagonal is not really
Yeah.
that useful anymore.
Now for white, that f4 idea you're talking about actually seems good for black because after
Yeah,
f4,
that's true. If the bishop's on g7, indeed f4 should be not played.
yeah, because then the pawn will be off the diagonal, and then once black moves his knight on f6, then that bishop is king of the diagonal.
Yeah, but black can also try to pry it open with d5
Yeah.
to get b4 under control.
All right, so knight a3. That
Yeah,
seems to me to be the best move.
yeah. Other move is king to d1, obviously.
Yeah.
Bishop to b3. Bishop b3 seems logical to um, give the knight the opportunities to still come to c3.
Yeah. Yeah, the knight on a3 is pretty misplaced, but the knight on
Yeah,
g5
well,
is
you're gonna play
misplaced too.
c3 and knight c2 and play for d4 anyway. But
Yeah, that's probably a potential plan right there is play c3 to and kick the knight and then knight c2 followed by d4.
I probably would have preferred bishop b3 because not only does it defend c2, but it also keeps the knight uh, possibility to go to c3. But also d5 doesn't come with tempo anymore.
Hmm.
Black plays d5, you don't have to take it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't think knight a3 is a really bad move.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm liking that bishop b3 move you suggested. Um, and I was actually talking with my chess coach and international master, and we were talking about how if you have a move that's good and solid and keeps your options open, then that's a good move to play in a lot of positions.
Yeah,
Just keep your
that's
options.
actually almost always true.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue.
Yeah, so c6, preparing the d5
D5
advance.
seems obvious.
It seems like
C3.
both sides want to push their d pawns right now,
Yeah.
and that's made evident by c3. All right, and d5 was played.
D5 right away. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good. Taking on B4 is probably bad for white.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting move.
Yeah, but it's probably not good because C takes B4, D takes C4, D takes C4, bishop takes B4 check, and you interpose something and then pawn on E4 is hanging.
Hmm. Yeah. But I mean, he can't just decline with bishop to b3 because then you just take the pawn on d3.
Yeah, exactly. So I think E, D, C, D, bishop B5, knight C6 is forced variation.
Yeah, and I think that's what was played.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, so the bishop b5.
knight c6 is forced.
Yeah, knight to c6.
All right.
So, looking at this position,
You gotta like black here.
yeah, I like black. He has the ideal pawn center. He still has better development. The pin on c6 I think is inconsequential at this point. Just play bishop to d7.
And do you still remember the horrible knight on a3?
Yeah, that I mean that knight can move to c2,
Yeah.
but I mean c2 followed by
Yeah, I'm not
d4.
sure about this.
If the knight comes here followed by d4, can black just play this, restricting white?
Yeah, he can. He can. Play a6 and b5 and try to get a knight on the d3 square. Then
Yeah. A knight
that
on
looks really scary.
Yeah, a knight have a strong outpost on the third rank.
Yeah.
That
So
would be
d4 starts to seem like a move white doesn't really want to play anymore.
yeah. What
You can play for f4 still.
yeah, but there's
And
still
then
the bishop can
e4
still go
takes it's faster. I don't know.
the bishop can still go on g7 though.
Yeah, because the e4 pawn is gone. The white e4 pawn. The diagonal's open.
Yeah, so I wouldn't play f4 until, say, if black decided to play bishop to c5, then f4 might be a little bit better there because the bishop can't develop to g7 without going back to f8 first.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
Let's continue.
alright. So bishop takes, pawn
Oh,
takes.
immediately.
Um,
Well, that has to be bad.
yeah, black center is really crushing right here, and I don't really see any
Now you also
plans.
have the bishop there.
Yeah, the bishop pair too. I don't really see any plans for white.
Well, maybe develop
Yeah, just
might be a
develop.
plan.
That's always a good plan, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Right.
let's see. Yeah, bishop g5. All right. That seems like an okay.
Yeah, developing while attacking the knight. Um, bishop e7 was played. Could
Okay.
the I was thinking maybe the bishop could go to g7.
I would have put it on g7 here.
Yeah, and then you can play e4 in the future, which opens the diagonal. And then
Yeah,
your dark squared bishop's a real monster.
both bishops are a monster.
Oh, he took again.
Oh, that's really bad.
Yeah, now it's two
Now,
knights.
now black has an incredible advantage.
Yeah, like I said in the last video, two knights don't work well together, and two
Yeah,
bishops work great together.
yeah,
And I mean, material is even here, but black is still. I like black here.
yeah. So do I.
So I imagine right now they'll just be developing
Yeah,
castle.
it's normal. Bishop f5. Yeah, trying to get the weak pawn on d3.
Mm-hmm. I Does white want to go for d4 now?
Ah, I don't know.
It's interesting because if it's replied with e4, then your bishop on f5 is diagonals blocked.
Yeah, but if you have the bishops, you usually don't want to close the position.
Yeah, so you'd
So
probably
when
just
d4 is played, you probably want to take.
yeah, you take and then you have a more open position and your bishops will really take advantage of the diagonals.
Yeah,
So e4,
yeah, that's good because now white can't play d4 to lock up the position.
yeah,
So you have to open up the lines.
yeah. So takes. Yeah, I'm liking black better
Initially,
than ever.
yeah, it's good.
So knight d4. That's
C5.
rook a c8. Um,
C5 looks like a real possibility, but maybe the depot become a little.
yeah, I don't know. I
I
think
know.
if you move c5, maybe you could try to.
Well,
Well,
eventually you're
I
gonna
don't know.
create a passer with the rook on the d5 and c5 d4. That's the plan here.
Yeah. If you played c5 right away, maybe follow that up with d4 at some point. Try to create a passer there.
Yeah, exactly.
But
That's a way to try and capitalize on your advantage.
yeah. But rook a c8 was played. I guess a safer move.
Yeah,
So f3. I don't. This gives up the bishop pair.
yeah. But not only does it give up the bishop there, but did you see which of the two bishops he gave up?
Yeah, the dark squared bishop are the one we were so happy we got to put on the long diagonal.
While all his pawns are on light squares.
Yeah,
So the bishop he has left now is the light squared bishop, which is a bad bishop. And if the other knight from a3 can now uh, get a solid post on d4 or c5, something like that, I think white would have an advantage.
hmm. Yeah, after white takes with the rook, and then the bishop retreats back to f5, and white would try to reactivate the knight, give it a good square.
Yeah,
Yeah, that looks good because also we have an isolated pawn on a7 and an isolated pawn pair here.
yeah, true.
So, alright,
The structure is
so in the game,
worse. But
king
why
h.
not just take it back?
Well, I guess the idea might have been both bishops are hanging now, so it doesn't matter if he moves one back, then it's fine. But
Yeah, but now black can sack the bishop for one of the pawns, right? He would have
yeah,
won a pawn.
yeah, play something like
Bishop f3.
yeah, bishop f3.
Yeah, then rook takes f3, and then the bishop retreats. Just win a pawn. Solve a pawn.
Yeah. So he actually played bishop to c5.
Yeah, that also works because you're winning the pawn on e4 back anyway because the bishop is defended.
Yeah, but what I don't like about it is the isolated pawn.
Yeah, but um, compensation for that is that the e pawn is a passed pawn,
Yeah,
protected passer if you play f5 afterwards.
yeah. So I don't know.
Well, f takes e4 is forced here.
Yes, f takes, d take. Wait, f takes, d
D
takes.
takes, yeah, c4.
Okay, reactivating the knight. Yeah, this is good. Try and
That's good.
get a rook behind the passer. Okay, you put a rook on the seventh rank.
Yeah, that can't be bad.
Yeah,
You can
there's
always neutralize it with rook e7.
yeah, but the rook doesn't really have anything to do.
Yeah, because the a7 pawn is defended.
Yeah, so
But f7 is threatened here.
yeah,
If white take rook ff7, which is going to happen on the next move, I think black should be in trouble.
yeah. That was rook ff7. So what black's doing is just material to the win, advancing the pawn, try to queen.
Yeah, doesn't perpetual here.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at this. From this position, it's a draw.
Can black escape to f8 with the king? Rook g7, king h8, rook h7, king g8.
We had this.
Yeah, that's perpetual.
Yeah, so we have all these moves here, and
Yeah.
it ends perpetual check.
So is there any way black could have prevented that? Because it
Yeah,
was obviously better.
yeah, that's what I want to
I
look
think
at.
instead of um, I go here. Yeah, instead of e3, maybe you should have played f5.
Well, even with f5. Oh, never mind. So you're saying go here, f5.
And then after that, play rook e7. Put the other rook on the e file, and then run with your pass around the e file.
Yeah. I was
Just be
thinking
a
maybe
little
the
more patient.
I was thinking maybe the knight could try to come here with a fork to trade off.
Yeah, I don't care about that. My passer's too strong.
Yeah, I think the for white, it's a bad idea to try to penetrate the enemy position. He needs to try to hold and keep those pawns from promoting.
Yeah, something like rook e1 here is probably almost forced. You can try to break through with g4. I didn't really calculate any of that.
G4. So you're
Yeah,
saying this?
yeah, and if it takes rook ff7, go for the perpetual again. But if black plays e3 here,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll just advance my pawn.
yeah,
And after
okay.
takes, I come here.
Yeah, rook e1 will be forced.
Yeah, after rook e1, then it's safe to take back or,
Now bishop f2.
yeah, bishop f2.
Game over.
Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, black played pretty well actually in this game. I just he should have been a bit more patient with his passers and not let the white rooks penetrate his position.
yeah. Alright. And then after this, I was wondering if there's anything that he could play here.
Yeah,
But I
bishop
don't,
f8.
yeah, but bishop f8 looks to hold.
Yeah, bishop f8. I don't
Yeah, this
know.
looks,
Passer is still really strong on e3.
yeah, I think the best the white could do is just sacrifice the knight for the pawn and then,
Yeah, but then it's game over.
yeah,
You don't
he's,
have to look at that.
yeah, black's up material there, so it looks like a win for black, except for this e2 move.
Yeah, you just have to be a little more careful there.
Yeah, because you can try to come here and mate. That's what chessblood was shooting for. But
Yeah,
when you
but
let the rooks give you a perpetual like that, then it's a forced draw.
yeah,
Okay, so that was a good
yeah,
game.
it's too bad
Yeah, good.
because black played really well. Yeah, actually had the advantage the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the. So, you want to review it real fast?
Yeah,
It's kind of a
sure.
quick review. So we started with the Parham attack.
Yeah,
Um, this is the normal. Knight f6 here leads to what you could call the main line, but
yeah.
we had Queen
Queen
f6.
f6 is probably a little worse because you can't take advantage of the bad position of the white queen anymore after the exchange.
Yeah, but this position right here in objective chess looks good, but
Yeah, It's still good for black.
Yeah, it's still good for black, but black had better.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd call chances equal here. Alright, so preparing
Yeah.
the d5, preparing d4. Then we had this um, complicated move. Takes, check here. Material equality has been achieved. Then white gave up the bishop pair.
Yeah, I should have been a little more careful with that.
Yeah, and black center here is also strong.
Yeah, because he did exactly the same thing after that on f6. It
Yeah,
was just a bad idea.
yeah, bishop g5 here, and now this position, the two knights they're both in terrible positions and they don't work. Two knights don't work together well, and the two bishops are just really strong in the
Especially when
endgame.
they're such a far distance away from each other.
Yeah,
They're both useless. Just like pretty much all white pieces at the moment.
yeah. So both sides trying to get their development.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, this critical position, a few moves further, with d takes,
D takes,
bishop
B
takes, knight
takes.
d4, rook a8,
Yeah,
f3. You
three.
played bishop d4, and that was bad.
Yeah, that gave up the bishop pair advantage.
Yeah, but that's not even the most important thing. You gave up the wrong bishop.
Yeah, if you're going to give up one bishop, you will give up the
You
light
gave up
squared
your path.
bishop.
Yeah.
I mean, after rook takes, I think I'd be pretty happy here
With
as
white.
white, yeah.
Yeah.
But
The bishop
instead,
f5 is forced.
yeah, King
Oh,
h1 was
white
played.
played something like c4 or something.
Hmm?
After rook takes d4, bishop f5, you got c4. The c6 pawn is weak.
Yeah, here the c6 pawn is weak, but as you said, that doesn't really matter. We have an incredible passer here that's gonna promote.
Yeah.
So the knight comes here, finally found it somewhat of a good square. Get a
Yeah.
rook behind the passer. Rook d7, e3.
You know, instead of oh wait a second, instead of being so fast with everything, white try and take advantage of the weak pawn with knight a5 or something like that, because it really ties down the rook on c8.
In this position,
No, one move earlier. Instead of rook d7, maybe knight a5. Or first b4 and then knight a5.
could could I sack that pawn?
Yeah, of course you could.
I mean, if I could sack that to get a queen, that'd be great.
Yeah, as so often in chess.
Yeah, I'm also thinking that I can just move the bishop out of the way and move the pawn out of attack if I really want to
Yeah,
keep it that much.
yeah. It's just some ideas.
Yeah, I don't know. For white in this position, I guess just attacking the pawn is really the best move. Rook to d7 doesn't accomplish much
Yeah,
unless,
probably rook fe1 was better than blockade with knight e3.
yeah. If white got a good blockade going, then he could probably keep that pawn from passing, except for
Yeah, but the
the
f pawn is also running.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is we have this king side pawn majority here.
Yeah, as soon as you block with knight e3, black will just say, yeah, I don't care about that. I'll just play f5, f4, and we'll have to run again.
Yeah, which it'll take a little bit longer because white can try to hold with this,
Yeah, but
but
black has so
just
many pawns that
yeah, he has
that just doesn't matter anymore.
it's four pawns against two, and a bishop against a knight the c pawn doesn't even matter anymore. It's all about getting that e pawn to promote.
Yeah,
All right, are we ready to continue?
yeah, it's almost finished.
Yeah, so
But,
just rook d7, e3. I don't see anything wrong with this move because we have the bishop to f1.
yeah, but probably it was easier to play f5 or e7 just to realize that.
Yeah,
Because when you're in a better position, you really want to, you know, um, make sure that the opponent has no counterplay at all, and then uh, try to push your own agenda.
yeah,
Because if you give your opponent counterplay, you're just making it more complicated for yourself to win,
yeah,
and
and
that's unnecessary.
yeah, the bishop that we were looking at, I mean the position we were looking at after bishop to f8 here, black, while he's probably gonna get that passer, he's pretty tied down here. All of his
Yeah,
pieces are on
exactly.
the 8th rank.
Well, it would have been a lot easier if you didn't have these rooks on the 7th rank trying to counterattack, but
Yeah,
tied down to the defense of the back rank with the pawn on e3.
yeah, so e3, while it doesn't lose on the spot,
It probably still wins.
yeah,
F5
f5 is still better, but not completely necessary. Alright, so we have e3.
yeah, rook takes f7. It's the last shot because white's losing anyway.
Yeah, White's only hope is to go for some sort of draw, maybe a stalemate or a perpetual or something. And he goes for a perpetual, which is a good plan in this position. And then e2, a bit over ambitious.
Yeah, now it's perpetual check.
Yeah, so we come here, and then perpetual. There's no way black can get out of this, so it's a draw.
Yeah, well, that's too bad because black was playing really good.
Yeah,
I would have estimated this far higher than 900.
yeah. It was a good game. Giving up the dark squared bishop so early probably wasn't very good.
Yeah,
But other than that and the e2 move, I don't think there were many glaring mistakes. There was the queen to f6 probably simplifies a little too soon, but
yeah, but yeah, that doesn't really matter too much at this level.
yeah. So good game, chessblood. Hope you enjoyed the analysis. Hope you found it instructive. Thanks, Martin, for
My
helping me
pleasure.
out. And you think you wanna do some more videos sometime?
Sure. Yeah, I had fun.
Okay. So all right. Guess we'll see you next time.